Hello, Deborah. How are you?
Hello, sir.
What a
How are
great
you?
presentation today. This has been just terrific from the
Thank
beginning till
you.
now.
It's International Print Day, and I believe you have two guests with you, Alex and John. I'm not sure
Hi,
if I see
Deborah.
them. There they are. Yes, you just need to say hello and change the
Deborah,
view.
how are you?
Hello, welcome, guys. Thank you so much. Alex, I've seen you at that Market Edge event, have I not?
We have, and you and I actually, I think, met for the first time in the elevator at Print on the way up to DM 2.0's rooftop party, and we
Oh, yeah.
kind of had a heyday on wow, this makes too much sense not to pursue. So
Yeah.
that's how our relationship going, and our also our love for chili. Many conversations about that as well. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to being able to show results, it's really incredible that one of the biggest objections that marketing people have is, well, what did I get out of it? And now we actually have an answer for that, and I think it's amazing. But let me bring Chris Manley back for a second. He is the president of Graphco in Ohio. Chris is a staunch supporter of the Printiverse, of Girls Who Print Day with his wife, Teresa, who also who runs the company, according
She
to
certainly
Chris.
does.
She certainly does. And Chris, why don't you tell everybody what Graphco does and introduce your guests, if you don't mind.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Deborah, and thanks so much for allowing us to participate tonight. I've been so excited to see how your initiative has grown and grown and grown from a couple of those early shows when you had kind of donated booth space in a little corner somewhere, and now all of a sudden you really are making printing great again, and it's super and a lot of fun too. So when Deborah asked Graphco to participate, at first I thought, anyone who knows me well knows that if you don't want a microphone back, just give it to Chris Manley. And then I thought, do folks really want to hear me go on and on about our printing presses, which we think are great, and our features and our LED and all of that? Or might it not be more compelling somehow for both printers and also print buyers that are on the platform tonight to maybe hear more firsthand from one of our customers, and we have two of their executives that are going to participate tonight, just hear a little bit more firsthand, day in and day out, what it's been like to use the RMGT 10 color offset printing press that Advertisers Printing invested in right as we were coming into the pandemic. And I hope that does turn out to be good, compelling, information for the folks that are on the platform tonight. So Deborah, maybe if you could perhaps bring things along with our gentlemen, because I think you're going to coordinate this.
Sure. Alex, first we have Alex. If you could wave to everybody. You are the Director of Business Development. And then we have John Heaney. If you could wave to everybody. He is the Senior Vice President of Sales and the Director of Sustainability. Both gentlemen work at Advertisers Printing based in St. Louis, Missouri. And am I dreaming, or did I hear the word offset? Because it's been a while since I've heard offset. I don't believe that everybody is really familiar with or as familiar with RMGT as they should be. So maybe, Chris, you could just give everybody a little background on that, and then we'll find out why there was an investment in it.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Deborah. So first of all, RMGT, what that stands for is Ryobi MHI Graphic Technologies. Everyone knows what Ryobi is. It's the power tools you see in a Home Depot per se, but actually Ryobi Ltd is the largest die casting company in the entire world. So pretty much guaranteed every anti-lock brake manifold, every transmission housing, and every vehicle we all drove in today was die cast in a Ryobi factory. On the other side of that equation is the Mitsubishi company, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, which is, a company that makes rocket ships, and they own Nikon cameras and Karen beer and, foundries all around the world. So they came together to form this joint venture company starting in 2014. And the presses that we sell today are the hybrid of those two very, very high technology companies. By very, very good fortune and a good blessing to Graphco, Alex's company and his father, Bill Fechner, made the decision to invest in one of our 10 color 9 series LED equipped offset presses. Interestingly, the ink was really barely dry on the sales contract for their investment when Dr. Fauci started coming out and telling us all we were going to have to shut down the economy and all these other things. And, Alex's dad, very, very, with a lot of foresight and I think a lot of courage, decided to proceed with that investment. And we placed that machine right in the very middle of the pandemic. And really, I'm going to hope that Alex and John can kind of share a bit more about what that experience has been like for them. So.
Yeah, and also I'm really curious. I mean, I'm happy because I love offset, and that's why one of the reasons why I love having the Manleys around, because I'm always like, offset. Why are we not always including that in all the conversations? So why offset? I mean, do you have other digital equipment? Are you only offset? And why the Ryobi, the RMGT? My apologies.
So yeah, Deborah, we're a combination of digital and offset. We have HP Indigos, and then advertisers. I'm the 4th generation to come through, but started as a letterpress shop, and then that was the way it was for the first 2 generations. And then when my father and uncle had come into it, they decided to get into the 4-color work. And John down there, or he's down there on my screen anyway, has been with us for 30 years, and he took us into the 4-color offset world, and he also took us into the sustainability world. So long story short, as far as how we ended up with RMGT is we've always had an extreme, my father's always been very, very much forward thinking as far as what the next idea is, what's going to bring our, what's going to differentiate us from our customers. And one of the things John got us into, being the sustainability guy that he is, we ended up getting the Sustainable Green Partnership Initiative, the SGP certification, which we're one of 50 printers in the United States that obtained it. It took a couple of years to get there. And for the last couple of years, we've kind of been, for the last few years, we were really thinking hard about what's gonna, what can we get into next? And based on my father going down to the trade show and meeting up with Chris and Derek, we saw the RMGT, and it was an extreme support of our, sustainability initiative here at Advertisers. And it also reduced our footprint in our press room. We reduced 3 presses that were running 2 shifts onto the single 10-color RMGT, and we're running all of that work in less than a single shift in many cases. So our capacity has gone up tremendously, and we're printing sustainably, or as sustainably as we can, with a sheet fed offset press. So that's how we ended up there.
Excellent. So John, let's focus on sustainability for a minute. It's very topical, but there's a little pushback about it right now, because for a lot of people, it is a marketing term. It is not really people walking the walk. They maybe they have recycled paper, and they kind of market on that. Why is sustainability such an important topic for you and for Advertisers Printing?
Yeah, great question, Deborah. We got into it about 20 years ago, real serious. First FSC certified printer in Missouri, first SJP, first to utilize Pure Power, which was a wind farm that is on our grid with our local utility, who's also a great client, Ameren. But the idea, about 2 decades ago, I've done this for 40 years, but about 20 years in, I got onto this notion that there's a bullseye on our back. We were labeled tree slayers. We were called all kinds of, everybody was moving into the digital era, and we're shoving print out based on environmental reasons that were really unfounded and just a bit slanderous. So we started on this journey, and as I say, we're 2 decades in, and basically our rooftop is solar, 80% of our operation avoids a landfill. We operate a fleet of Prius hybrids. I drive an electric car. About 2013, I went off and got a master's in sustainability from St. Louis University, just so we could speak with some authentic credibility about all of the attributes that we've implemented. I can tell you that everything we've done, and it's been quite substantial, probably 30 different meaningful attributes that we've brought on in the sustainability realm. The press behind me is literally the hallmark, the culmination of 2 decades. Bill Fechner and Alex had the courage to invest in a technology that is the leanest and most sustainable offset print technology out today. Panasonic, what they had done for the RMGT crowd, bringing LED into the format, arc lamp UV is absolutely 10 times the footprint of this machine in terms of curing. This machine, its spoilage rate, its efficiency, it is a one-pass device. We have had nothing but wonderful results and outcome from this device. We outfitted our entire plant with LED lighting to match it. So I could go on and on about the savings in energy and the lowering of carbon footprint, but I don't believe that a marketing plan spending multiple $1 million behind us in the culmination of 2 decades makes us sort of a Me Too in this industry. But again, it's defending the right to print on environmental grounds.
I love that. So Alex, it's complicated because sustainability it's a buzzword at the moment. You guys are totally walking the walk. You're driving Priuses, for God's sakes. I mean, that's what the Gen Zers want to see. They don't want to just see a logo on a website that they might not know what it's about. They want to know how your entire world is on this. So how are you communicating that to people? Again, it's not a sexy topic, so I'm really curious, and I think that this is a really big thought leadership moment for the printers here who are listening to you about that.
Well, it's a message that we need to be shouting much louder than ever before, Deborah. But a whole lot of digital posts, a lot of we're trying to print on sustainably made paper and products, and it's a long time coming. We think it didn't seem to be as important, or I shouldn't say as important. We know how important it is. We believe in it through and have for 2 decades, like John has said. But I'm a millennial, the millennial print buyer, and those younger than me, if anyone thinks that this isn't going to be a big deal to them when it comes to print production, they're totally insane, because it is a big deal, and it's a massive deal. Well, I loved your slides that you went through before, as far as the server farm and the tree farm. A fact that not many people know about is there's more trees in the United States today than there was 10 years ago, and even 35 years ago. And these are the things that people aren't talking enough about. And we're doing some right now with our social media marketing and some of the stuff we're printing, but we need to be blasting that message out a lot louder than we are.
Oh yeah, I mean, the problem is that, a long time ago, Deborah Korn and her crazy ideas, I created this cartoon character called Sustainable, Captain Sustainable, like Sustainable, like his name was Bill. And I was like, okay, let's make it a superhero. Let's make I still have the drawing, so we could still do it. Maybe I'll contact you after and we'll figure out some way to utilize it. But it's very difficult making this stuff cool, but you are completely correct. The Gen Zers are not playing around with this. And it really, I would put a picture of your Priuses on your website and say, because that's what they're looking for. It is not just about recycled paper. It's the solar panels. It's about that. It's about, contributing back to the grid, offsetting carbon in some way. You know, if a company can show that everything you do with them offsets the carbon, this is what is going to cause, to your point, brands to turn to printers and companies that are living this way. I want to shift to just for a moment, because I know how amazingly supportive Chris Manley and Teresa has been for Print Media Center and me. I would just like to know about the support that you received from Graphco in the middle of a pandemic when you were installing a new press and had to get your supplies, no less. Where was it built? Was it built overseas? Maybe tell everybody a little bit about that. And Chris, please chime in.
Well, Chris, do you want to start, or do you want to hear
Please
mine?
go ahead. You have the floor.
So yeah, we signed the paperwork. I believe it was on February 15th, 2020, and Dr. Fauci started talking. I mean, what was it, March 6th, March 7th, and the crazy thing is pandemic or not, you know, we were confident enough in this decision and the future of the company to make this move. And as far as support and partnership from Graphco and Chris is concerned, their confidence just gave us more confidence. You know, and as far as every promise that they've made to us, as far as what it would do for our workflow, what it would do for our sustainability initiative and everything has hit on all cylinders. So there was never a point of them doubting that we were going to get to a certain level. I mean, their team was with us today, working on a coder issue we were having, and you know, anything we need, anything that comes up, it's been a tremendous partnership. And you know, I can only imagine what everything would look like now had the pandemic not happened. Deborah, we had the biggest revenue month in company history in August. In 98 years of doing business, we had the biggest revenue and profitable month we've ever had in the middle, and you know, it's still going on in the pandemic. And these guys are bringing fresh ideas to us. We're on this podcast with you now, which is a wonderful thing. So I mean, it's been tremendous with the partnership with Chris and Graphco.
Well, Alex, listen, let me just chime in and say how grateful I am personally for, you know, for myself, but also for Graphco and our MGT to have had the chance to partner with you and your dad and the whole group at Advertisers. We're proud of the company we keep, you know, I mean, you guys really are ambassadors for this whole truly sustainable print, you know. Talking about that, very easy. Deborah's already talked about logos and buzzwords. But when you walk around your shop and you see that nothing gets thrown away unless there's no other choice, it's recycled, it's put into a special bin, it goes out, you know, in the right way, just everything you can imagine. So really super glad to be involved with you all, and you know, only the best in the future for both companies, of course. So
okay, last question for all of you. We'll start with John. Print again, what does that mean for you?
Well, it's a renewal. It is, as Alex mentioned, it's really the last 3 months have been the largest. So the buyers are out there. 100-page catalog from a little e-tailer called Amazon. It's for kids. And they probably printed maybe 4 or 5 million, maybe 10 million of these. This is Print again, the largest e-tailer in the world found, and this is just for children. And it's full of stickers and inserts. So the largest market cap company e-tailer on the world, on the planet, is a believer in print. I mean, I got one in the mail. I'm sure, you know, 10 million other Amazon clients did as well. So that this is the belief for me.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Just as some of the, you know, as Frank said earlier, and many of the other panelists have said, it's adapting and coming through, you know, coming forward with the times. And, you know, we had mentioned that we, you know, you and I had met, we've been together at Market Edge and, you know, through Print. And, you know, another thing we're proud of is, you know, it's one of the things that's always bugged me in the marketing world is you've got the people that believe it's all digital or it's all printing, and it's not either or. The best result you can produce for your customer and for your campaign is combining the two. So that adaptability and, offering your customer that all-encompassing marketing experience versus just saying, we're either just going to do this or that. It's not customer friendly. It's not customizable. And if you want to really have an effective campaign, you got to have that tangible piece in there too. So mine would be for print again, adaptability and evolving.
And that's what keeps them coming back again and again. Chris Manley, final words from you. Print again.
Well, I think that if you remember back in 2014, we kind of coined a motto, commit to print. That was RMGT's real step back into the ring. We were coming to the trade shows. We brought printing presses again when that had really fallen out of vogue. And, it's just been so rewarding to watch virtually every one of the over 109 series printers that we have around the United States come through the Corona COVID shutdown period and thrive. The 3 months in a row that John just alluded to of being record months for advertisers printing, we are so pleased to have at least played a small part in that, but also to have seen that be like a nationwide phenomenon. I'm not sure that's what every printer is seeing, but I would say virtually all of our customers with that 9 series platform, which we feel gives them kind of an unfair advantage price-wise, deliverable-wise, quality-wise. They're all seeing this great renaissance of like real print, offset print. So super happy to see that. And, you're also leading that very, very much, Deborah, by really making print cool again also. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that and for everything you do for everybody out there. Alex, John, thank you so much for giving up some of your evening tonight. Maybe I'll see you in a week or so, Alex.
I hope so, Deborah. I got to go to Vegas tomorrow for another trade show, but we'll definitely be speaking again soon. I might want to borrow those slides. I got to present to a high school group on printing in a couple of weeks.
No problem. No problem. And if you follow my social media, I'll be sharing from the conference. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. If you don't mind, if you can exit stage left, and we'll bring on David Murphy. What